Good evening, guys. Good evening. Okay, guys, can you hear me? Can you see me? And all of you join quickly so that we can start the session without any delay. Good evening, Kumuda. Good evening. Is the voice clear? Is the voice clear? Is the voice clear? So today I'm planning to do questions on from Sale of Goods Act. Okay. So today I'm planning to do questions from the Sale of Goods Act. Is the voice clear and audible? Just give me a thumbs up. Yes, I'm audible. Okay, okay. Chalo, good, good, good. So as I was telling you, today we are going to do question answers from the Sale of Goods Act. So I'll just. Should we start, guys? So as I told you, I am going to do questions from Sale of Goods Act today. So we'll start with the Sale of Goods Act and why is this not happening? So as we did last time also, we did 4 questions a session. So today also we'll do 4 questions and I'll take 1 question from each of the units. Okay? So mostly I'm trying to take up again questions which have been asked this term only, so that we solve those questions. So, yeah, this question, I want to discuss this question number 13. So, please, good evening, Omkar, good evening. How are your preparations going on, by the way, guys? So, question number 13, I want you to check question number 13. Tell me what provisions will you write, and then we will discuss the question. We'll discuss how to write the answer. Fine? Good evening, all of you, whoever has joined later. I want you to give me the answer to this question. Okay, Omkar has given the provisions. Do you agree with Omkar's provisions, or do you think there would be some other provisions here? So Karthik agreed to sell his laptop to Vasant for a price to be fixed by Kusum, a hardware engineer. So here basically it is about price to be fixed by a third party, correct? Price to be fixed by Kusum. So the provision is basically price fixed by a third party, correct? Just 1 second, However, before delivery of the laptop, Karthik changed his mind and did not share any particulars and configuration of the laptop with Kusum, which made her unable to do the valuation. Kusum refused to do the valuation. Now, third party has refused to do the valuation. So, when the third party refuses to do the valuation, what happens to the contract? The contract becomes void, right or not? Yes. But here also they have said that Karthik changed his mind and did not share any particulars and configuration. That means it is the fault of the seller. So if third party is unable to decide due to the fault of any of the parties, that is either buyer and seller, then the aggrieved party will get damages from the party who has made the default. Vasant needed laptop for his project, so he promised Karthik that if the laptop is delivered to him, he would pay a reasonable price for it. However, Karthik decided not to sell his laptop to Vasant. Now, Vasant wants to know from you, being a legal expert, whether Karthik is bound by his promise as he agreed earlier to deliver his laptop to him at a reasonable price. No. No. If he does not agree to deliver, what is the other remedy available? Damages, right? So, just give me 1 minute, huh? Just 1 minute. Sorry guys, I just wanted to get the bottle of water for myself. It's sad that only such few people are actually attending the online sessions, the writing practice. Anyway, as per the provisions of the Sale of Goods Act, please don't write short forms in the exam. Price in a contract of sale may be fixed by a third party. In some cases, you may even write price may be fixed in different ways and give all the 3 ways. Sometimes even do that also, right? May be fixed by a third party. When the third party has to fix the price and such third party refuses to fix, the contract becomes void. However, if any of the parties prevent the third party from fixing the price, the party at default shall be liable to give damages to the other party. That's it. This is the provision. So, what is the question here? They are asking that Vasant wants to know from you whether Karthik is bound by his promise as he agreed to deliver his laptop to him at a reasonable price. If he does not agree to deliver, what is the other remedy available? Therefore, Karthik is not bound to deliver the laptop as the contract is void. But he shall be liable for damages for preventing, what is the name of the third party? From preventing Kusum from fixing the price. I hope this is clear to everyone. Hello Abdul, how are you? I hope this is clear to everyone. Yes, can I go forward to the next question, guys? Can I go forward? Just actually so that I don't have to search, I have kept the page numbers also separately. Page 114. This question we have done so many times in the class also, and it's a very favorite question of the ICI also. So many times you can see, right? So many times. So I want you to read this question and then tell me what provision shall be there for this question. And only one person has given the answer for the previous question. This I want everyone to answer the provisions. Okay, Panda, whoever this is, you cannot skip Indian Contract Act. It's a 32 marks chapter. It's a 32 marks chapter. You cannot skip it. And actually, if you approach it, don't approach it in the way that, approach it through charts. You'll find the chapter is not that tough. So please, you cannot skip the chapter. Guys, got the answer? Good evening, good evening. I would still not suggest to skip Indian Contract Act. No. And those who did not skip, they even scored a 72 also. So it's your choice. I will never suggest to skip it. Guys, tell me what provisions. Abdul, that is just the answer. I want the provisions. You have to give me the provisions. Okay. Mrs. Geeta went to the local rice and wheat wholesale shop and asked for 100 kgs of basmati rice. The shopkeeper quoted the price of the same as 125 per kg, to which she agreed. Mrs. Geeta insisted that she would like to see the sample of what will be provided to her by the shopkeeper before she agreed upon such purchase. The shopkeeper showed her a bowl of rice as sample. The sample exactly corresponded to the entire lot. The sample first of all, so this is obviously sale by sample. The sample exactly corresponded to the entire lot. The buyer examined the sample casually without noticing the fact that even though the sample was of basmati rice, it contained a mix of long and short grains. The cook, on opening the bags, complained that the dish, if prepared, would not taste the same, as the quality of the rice was not as per the requirement of the dish. Now Mrs. Geeta wants to file a suit of fraud against the seller, alleging him of selling mix of good and cheap quality rice. Will she be successful? Explain the basic law of sale by sample. Sale by sample. Decide the fate. What would be your answer in case she had specified her exact requirement? So obviously sample and exact requirement of the buyer means specific purpose of the buyer. So obviously we have to write those two provisions. So this is the second question of the answer practice. Again, as per the Sale of Goods Act 1930, when the sale is made by sample, the following conditions must be fulfilled. First, the bulk must correspond to the sample. You know, when you write these conditions, please try to write full sentences. Don't write just keywords and leave it. No, write full sentences. Second, the buyer must be given an opportunity to examine the goods, right? And the third one, the goods must not have any latent defect which makes them unmerchantable. If the following conditions are not fulfilled, the buyer can return the goods back. Correct? So this is it. Further, so this was sale by sample. We have to write two provisions. Further, when the buyer specifies the reason of his purchase to the seller, second, depends upon the seller's skill and judgment, and third point, seller is a dealer in those goods. Then if the goods do not suit the buyer's purpose, he can return the goods, right? So this is our provision. So what will be your conclusion? So decide the fate of the case. So the first case will be, therefore Mrs. Geeta will not have any remedy. Second, if she specifies her exact requirement, you will, in the second paragraph you will write everything. She examined casually, so goods were asked, so that whole thing should be there. If she specifies her exact requirement, then if the goods do not suit her purpose, she can return the goods back, right? I hope this is clear to everyone. Yes? Can I go to the next question? So moving on to the next question. This is again a September question. This one. Question number 10. I want you to read it. Give me the provisions, give me the answer, and then we'll discuss it. Did you find the answer, guys? This was quite an interesting case. So I want an answer from all of you who are here attending the class, and let's see how many of you give the right answer. Okay, I want an answer from all of you who are here in the class, and let's see how many of you give the right answer. Chalo. Only Omkar is not supposed to give the answer. Every one of you are supposed to give the answer. I'm waiting for all of you to give the answer. Abdul, you asked me a question who got the highest in your class. I don't know about class, but in your batch of Yashas, the highest was 72, 71 or 72, yeah. It's very sad that you all are sitting there, but no one is actually bothering to even reply. I mean, you should have that enthu that yes, I have to reply. That enthusiasm is only not there. You've just come to the class to sit. जैसे क्लास में भी बैठे रहते थे इधर भी बैठे रहना है. You should reply, you should answer. The more you will solve questions, wrong you will be, no, it's okay. Then only you'll get right answers if you do it. Ashoka trader delivered a camera to Mangesh on sale on return basis. Mangesh delivered the camera to Rahul on terms of sale for cash only or return. Ashok gave it to Mangesh on sale on approval. Correct or not? Right? So, Mangesh delivered it to Rahul. The moment Mangesh delivered it to Rahul, as between Ashok and Mangesh, it is what? It is a sale. Right? Afterwards, Rahul delivered it to Vishal, and this was sale on approval on cash basis. So when sale on approval on cash basis, that means ownership will transfer only after you have paid the cash. So Rahul delivered it to Vishal on sale on approval. Generally, when I do any act which suggests ownership, as between the buyer and seller, it becomes a sale. But when it is on sale on approval on cash basis, ownership is transferred only when cash is paid. So even when Rahul gives it to Vishal, the owner is still who? The owner is still Mangesh. The owner is still who? The owner is still Mangesh. So the camera which was in the possession of Vishal was lost by theft, though he exercised due care. So if no party is at fault, the loss is borne by the owner. Referring to the provisions, analyze the situation and advise whether Mangesh, Rahul or Vishal are jointly liable to pay the price of the camera to Ashok. Omkar, did you understand why your answer is wrong? Omkar, did you understand why your answer is wrong? So, who is liable to pay here? Mangesh is the owner, Mangesh is liable, right? So, let's write this question. As per the, again, provisions of Sale of Goods Act 1930, when goods are sold on approval basis, the ownership of such goods are transferred to the buyer when he does any act which is inconsistent with ownership. However, when goods are sold on approval on cash basis, ownership is transferred only when cash is paid, right? So in this case, ownership has been transferred to Mangesh because he does an act which an owner can do. But as between Mangesh and Rahul, since it was cash basis and cash is not paid, ownership is not with Rahul. So therefore, Mangesh is क्या liable to pay the price of the goods to, let me see the name, to Ashok, as ownership is not transferred to Rahul due to non-payment of price. Okay? I hope this is clear to everyone. Yes? Can I move forward to the next question, guys? Can I move forward to the next question, the last question? Just 1 second. Okay, so this was June question, June 24 question. Quite an interesting question it is. I want you to give me the answer to this question, guys. Read the question, give me the answer. I've decided from tomorrow onwards, I will just delete those links. I'm not going to conduct any writing practice sessions. No one other than Omkar had actually bothered to even reply to one question I have asked. So I'll not be conducting any more live sessions. Okay? PCC hotels in Bombay decided to sell their furniture by auction sale. For this purpose, they appointed R&, Associates as the auctioneer. They invited top 10 renowned architects in Bombay for bidding. A right to bid was not notified by them. Furniture was put up in lots for sale. It was decided that for every lot of furniture, there will be a reserve price. Auction sale was started at 10 a.m. in the lawn of PTC Hotels, Bombay. For a special lot of furniture, 3 parties came for bidding: Mr. Neil, Mr. Raj and Mr. Dev, on behalf of their respective companies. Bidding was as follows. Neil, 5 whatever. The sale was completed in favor of Mr. Neil by R and Associates. Mr. Dev's bid was rejected on the ground that right to bid was reserved. It was not reserved. And since it was not reserved, this is not correct. So whose bid is which should be taken? Mr. Dev's. So this is what? Unlawful. For another bid of Italian furniture was made by 2 parties as follows: Mr. Dheer, Mr. Madhu. Now, sale was completed in favor of Mr. Dheer instead of Mr. Madhu. Mr. Dev and Mr. Madhu argued that the auction sale was not lawful. Give your opinion with reference to the provisions of the Sale of Goods Act whether auction sale will be considered lawful or not. This is lawful? Yes, this is lawful, because R&, Associates is the seller, and seller can bid only when the rights are reserved. Here the rights were not reserved. So this is unlawful, this is lawful. Here, what all provisions we will write? Again, as per the provisions of Sale of Goods Act, that will obviously be there. Right? That will obviously be there. You will write about auction sale. When the sale is made by auction, when the sale is made by auction, first the goods may be put up in lots, and each lot shall form a separate contract. First point, right? Second, the sale may be subject to a reserve or upset price, and any sale below it shall not be binding. The seller may reserve the rights to bid, and in such a case the seller or any person on his behalf may bid at the auction. If the seller bids without reserving the rights, the sale is voidable. Okay? So these are the provisions that you will write. So what conclusion will you write? Conclusion, therefore, the sale in favor of Mr. Dev, the sale in favor of Mr. Neil was unlawful and the sale in favor of Mr. Dheer was lawful. Therefore, the sale in favor of Mr. Neil was unlawful and the sale in favor of Mr. Dheer was lawful. Okay? So, I hope this is clear to all of you. With this, we are done with the Sale of Goods Act writing session. So, I was supposed to conduct, but since you people are not even interested, I feel why to waste your time and my time. Both our time are precious, so why to waste each other's time? So, anyway, I hope we are good here. Okay? Chalo, keep